Dear students, today we will discuss restricted use of forensic evidence in Indian legal scenario. In Indian legal scenario, while forensic evidences are often rejected, not found authentic, and are not suitable for use, and courts are often rejecting it. There are so many reasons, so many lacunas, so many limitations, so many faults are there. Those things we will discuss, and along with that, constraints faced by allied subsidiaries, including that we will discuss latest judicial pronouncements and some landmark judgments in forensic science investigation. So, when we talk of restricted use of evidences, which often the points comes to mind like unprofessional conduct of physical evidences which are collected by skillfully not utilized, not carried to the laboratory properly, and not examined in the due prescribed process. Professionalism is not shown by the field persons, those are engaged for that purpose, like police and other things. The technical lacuna is there. Technical lacuna means sometimes serologist report found without blood group, and so many other lacunas are technical lacunas. The technical persons knows, and these things they left unknowingly. That is why investigation report also not found usable. Delayed inspection of exhibits at the laboratory. When suppose a dead body comes to the laboratory to test it, so if the examination will be delayed, what happens? Automatically some poison, some alcohols develop inside the body. So if it will be studied, if it is accidental case, is it suicidal case, is it a homicidal case, so how can it will be examined? So or by alcohol he has died, or what is happened to him actually, that can be pointed out if analysis will be done in proper time. If it delayed, automatically self-generated alcohols are developing. So alcohol report will be wrong, it will be negative or positive, whatever may be, that will be depending upon the examination time. If conduction of the examination will be delayed, then everything will fail. So sometimes not skilled persons are involved in the field to handle the job. Skilled persons, experts not found, and no independence of laboratories. Laboratories are part of the police system. So laboratories get no independence to handle the job with free of interference. That is why that sometimes reports are also not coming perfectly, and necessary manpower also not found. Sometimes very with few manpowers they are handling the job. That is why adequate number of persons are not there to handle it, to support it. So funding system is very low. Sometimes if funds are not coming properly to the laboratory, then they will not be properly adequated, and equipments, infrastructure, these things must be also self-sufficient in the laboratory. That is why these are the points where reports are not coming authentically, and courts are rejecting often the evidences found and brought before it. That is, these are the or sometimes scientific evidence suffers from some kind of technical lacuna, such as non-mention of blood group in serologist report. Tests were not done meticulously. No supportive data were provided by expert along with report. Delayed examination of exhibits at the laboratory, etc. All these things are the causes, and delayed inspection is also another cause, and skillful experts are not available, less adequate manpower is not there, proper funding is not there, no independence of laboratory. All these are the points why the courts found the evidences are not satisfactory. Modern science technique of criminal investigation are such domain that are still unidentified to the police force, because they are not skilled and trained about them. The police are blamed to be investigating crimes by using same old conventional methods and techniques. Now science has developed much, it has gone much ahead, but same old technique that police are using to identify, to examine the evidences and properly according to the requirement of the scientific technique, reports, evidences are not collected, and improper scientific knowledge is the reason behind it. The Association of Forensic Experts with the Police Investigating Agency, right from the commencement and the effective liaison with the medical legal experts, can contribute very considerably and sometimes positively to the resolving of the crime. Police or investigating agency and medical doctor experts and forensic experts. These three groups, they must have a proper coordination. Forensic experts, investigating agency, and medical legal experts. So, if proper coordination among them will be established, then report will be successful and judgment will be also fruitful. Forensic science institutions are part of police setup and therefore cannot maintain absolute independence at all levels. Forensic laboratories lack the necessary manpower infrastructure. Sometimes proper infrastructure and equipments are missing. The lack of funding also. Sometimes there is also a lack of coordination between these two wings, forensic expert and police force. These are the reasons. The report of the Committee on Draft National Policy on Criminal Justice highlights that guidance, accreditation, standard setting, professionalism, and research and development of forensic science should receive adequate attention in the policy framework. In the policy framework of the government, these problems should be taken care of. Then the situation will be improved and better result will be found in the Indian judiciary to accept the evidences collected by the forensic experts. In Maliamath committee, the Maliamath committee also recommended that more well-resourced laboratories should be established to handle DNA samples and evidences. As well as particular rules should be enacted giving guideline to the police setting uniform standards. Maliamath committee has proposed to set up a rule of conduct, and to handle DNA profile samples, some rules must be maintained there, and accordingly, a uniform standard should be maintained by all laboratories, by all experts. And Justice Verma committee also laid down the need for proper storage and preservation of DNA samples, especially in sexual assault cases. Justice Verma committee also stressed importance on DNA profiling. Now we will discuss some latest judicial pronouncements. Here some of the latest cases where court has relied on forensic evidence and given verdict by taking into consideration of the piece of evidence. In Krishna versus State of Haryana, in this case, the trial court, considering the fact and circumstances of the case, more particularly relying on the forensic science laboratory report, convicted the appellant under section 376 and section 506 of IPC. 376 regarding rape and 506 regarding criminal intimidation. So in another case, in a recent judgment in case of State of Gujarat versus Mohan Hamir Goyali and others, division bench of the court, after referring to various authorities on DNA technology, different methodology used for testing and the scientific advancements made world over, noticed that over a period of time, the courts across the world, including in India, have been placing heavy reliance on DNA results. In this case, court has relied on DNA profiling heavily, because DNA profiling is such a technique, it is never failed. Whatever report is properly conducted, then the result is coming 100% correct. That is why mostly the courts are depending on this system of examination, this DNA profiling, DNA identification. Some landmark judgments in forensic science investigation. In Nitish Qatar murder case, the detection of the deceased victim was difficult due to availability of only a small portion of one unburnt palm with fingers. total body was missing. Only one palm was discovered with fingers, and from that part of body, DNA profiling is done. And here also DNA profile helped in identifying the body remains by matching DNA profile with parents of the deceased. So body could be identified. So in this case, this test helped the High Court of Delhi to uphold the conviction of the accused. Next, another case, Sushil Mandal versus State represented by CBI. The petitioner, father of the deceased boy, challenged the finding of DNA profiling. DNA profiling is challenged. He didn't believe. The petitioner didn't believe that report is correct. And to satisfy him, the report DNA profiling is done for second time also. Still then he rejected, and at last court relied on the scientific report and closed the matter. The deceased boy fell in the adolescent cups of mutual infatuation with a school girl, and parents of both were advised by school administration for keeping check on them. Later, the boy was found reportedly missing, and after a week, a fully decomposed, unidentified body was fished out from a lake. The petitioner claimed of not identifying the body remains and clothes of his missing son. He preferred habeas corpus petition in the High Court, accusing the father of the girl and praying the High Court for directing the investigation by the CBI. The DNA test of the body remains matched with the genetic profile of the parents, the petitioner and his wife of the deceased. The skull superimposition is another test. The skull superimposition also established link between the deceased and the recovered body, but petitioner refused to accept the truth revealed by the scientific test on one pretext or the other, despite the fact that DNA test was repeated for his satisfaction. The Apex Court placed reliance on scientific tests, including DNA profiling, for human identification and accordingly closed the matter. So these are the two cases, very famous cases, and other things we will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.